We just got some brand new products from Epos, the brand new Epos Adapt 260 and 230 that you see in front of me here. These are Bluetooth wireless headsets that are more on the entry-level side of things. We're of course going to test the microphone, the speakers, and the wireless range of these headsets. So let's get started right now. Hey everyone, I'm David with Headset Advisor, and this is the channel where we review and compare all of the latest business technology such as your headsets, speakerphones, and webcams. So consider hitting that subscribe button. Now both of these headsets, the Epos Adapt 260 and 230, are a mono and dual wireless headset that connect to your computers and also your mobile phones. We're going to take a look at all of our 9 categories here and give it a total Headset Advisor score. And of course, we're going to test these out to see how they perform, and you can hear for yourself how they perform. So let's take a look at the first category, which is design. Looking at the design for an entry-level headset, this is actually very well done by Epos, so congratulations. They tucked the microphone boom inside of the headband here, which is nice. So if you want to get the boom out of the way, it actually goes underneath the headband. So you're not having to look at it on the top of the headband here. So I like that. And the microphone boom can go both directions. So it can be worn on your right ear or your left ear. Now it's definitely not a premium, high-end headset, but also it's priced at an entry-level price, so it's a lot more affordable. But being that it is, more of an entry-level headset, the design is nice because they did go ahead and allow the cushions to be fully rotatable, which I always appreciate, which you can lay it down flat on the desk. And also for those of us that have a kind of uniquely shaped head, it's going to be able to adjust those ear pads so that you can find a fit that's comfortable. And then what I found unique about the design is how the whole speaker housing actually rotates all the way up and down so that you can find a perfect fit. A lot of times the whole headband kind of drops down like that, but this model actually shifts up inside of the headband. So just the speaker housing, not the whole headband, changes the design. You also have a variety of buttons. They've simplified the buttons on this model. So you have your Microsoft Teams button, you have your volume control, and then of course you have your multifunction button, which can mute the microphone or turn on, put the headset in pairing mode. And of course, they have done a USB-C connection port at the bottom, which is always good because it's a faster, easier connection, and you can't mistake putting in your cable upside down. There's only one way to do it, which I always appreciate. Now, that comes with 2 USB dongles. You can either get the USB-A version, or you can get the USB-C version. Cool thing about the USB-C one is if you have an Android device that has a USB-C port, you can actually plug this in and use it with your tablet or mobile phone, and of course your computers. So the USB dongle is going to allow you to get the best connection to the headset, most reliable connection, and give you the best audio experience. But Bluetooth works just fine as well. So overall design, I'm going to give an 8 because being that it is an entry level, you could have a better design with one of the other products, but being an entry-level one, an 8 is a very solid score. It looks nice, definitely something that you'd be proud to wear on your head like this. All right, now let's talk about the durability. Both of these headsets have a 2-year warranty, so you're covered from the manufacturer in case something goes wrong with the headset, but I don't foresee something like that happening. Now let's take a look at some of the build quality here. So if you can tell, this speaker housing, when you push it down, lift it up, it feels solid, it clicks into place. The microphone boom, when you press it down, it doesn't feel like it's being compromised at all, so they did a good job as far as the build quality on the microphone boom here. And then when you twist the speaker, you can tell that it's reinforced plastic here when we really twist this thing. Overall, I would say this is very solid built. It's going to hold up a long time. I don't foresee any real weak points. I wonder about, you know, the pivots of this speaker housing here. But other than that, I think this is a very solid build. And of course, you're covered with that 2-year warranty. So you're gonna get a 9 on durability for this headset. All right, so we're gonna test the speakers on this Duo model. And what we have here is we have the microphone set up so that you're gonna be able to hear the speakers for yourself, and then also see how much noise is coming out of the speakers, just for how much decibels you can kind of hear in the room and how loud it may get. So we're gonna get that started. Now also later on in this video, we are going to test the microphone and of course do our infamous blender test in the background here. So stay tuned for that. All right, Jeff, go ahead and play the music out of this headset. All right, so that is the speakers. I'm not sure if you could hear it clearly through the microphone or not. I'll also put a link to the original audio source in the video description below, so you can check that out just for comparison's sake. Overall, for an entry-level headset, the bass actually sounded quite good. I was pretty impressed with the amount of bass that you have coming out of these speakers. So I really enjoyed listening to music. That's obviously not necessarily the purpose of these headsets. It's more for business communications, but obviously a lot of us are working remotely, working from home, and you want a headset that you can do your meetings, your phone calls, and of course, if you're listening to podcasts or music to really zone in on your work, you want to be able to have a good audio experience. So I'm going to give this a 8 rating out of 10. Obviously, if you want to step up to some better audio, you're going to want to look at some of the Bose. I'll put a link to the review that I did of the Bose 700 UC up here on the screen. But level 8 for an entry level is very good, and I was very impressed. So be curious to hear what your thoughts. Did you like the speaker quality of this headset? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, looking at the comfort of the Adapt 260 and the 230. The 230 is just the mono version, and the 260 is the dual version, which just means 2 speakers versus 1 speaker. And that's just personal preference there. They're gonna work about the same. Now, the weight of the dual model is 4 ounces, and you have 3 ounces on the mono version, which is extremely lightweight for a wireless headset. So let's put it on here real quick. One thing I did notice when putting the headset on is I did feel a little bit of pressure on my ears, as the speakers, they rest on top of your ears. They don't fully go over. I did feel a little bit of pressure. But to alleviate some of that pressure, I took the headband, and then always do this with very gentle, bent it just slightly. And what that did is it allowed the headband to actually expand just slightly, and it increased the comfort significantly for me. So there wasn't as much pressure. Obviously do that at your own risk, but that's how I found it to be even more comfortable and lightweight. So it's going to be able to be used for a full working shift. All right, looking at the mono version here, it's only 3 ounces, and when you put it on, it fits very nicely. You can adjust it, the speaker up and down, and it actually clicks into place, so it feels solid. Just place it on your head and position the microphone boom how you need it. And then it's also a bendable noise canceling microphone boom, which is always a nice feature to have as far as being able to position it properly. But this headset just feels extremely lightweight and comfortable, so it's going to be able to be used for all day use, no problem. So this is going to get a level 9 rating on comfort. All right, now the next category, ease of use. Overall, this is a very easy to use headset. It's pre-paired to the USB dongle right out of the box, so simply plug it into your computer, and then it's turn the headset on and it's automatically paired. You can just select the device on your computer for the Epos Adapt 260 or 230, and you can use it for your software. Now there is a version called Teams that you can get, which has Microsoft Teams software pre-built into the headset, so that if you have Microsoft Teams and you get a phone call, you can press this button on the side of the headset here to answer the phone call and end the phone call. If you don't have the Teams version, you can still use the headset with Teams. You can hear and talk on it just fine. You just won't get that functionality to be able to answer and end calls away from the desk. But there's also software, Epos Connect software, that you could switch a UC version to a Teams version, just so you know, so in case you have that, you're not SOL. A lot of bigger companies don't allow you to download software, so if that's the case, you kind of would be SOL. You would have to download it on your personal computer or just buy the Teams version. So we can definitely help you out if you have any questions about compatibility with your software. So I'll put our contact information on the screen. Definitely reach out to us. But overall, this headset is very simple and easy to use. There's a couple of tricky things as far as the 3 buttons you see here. Some of them, like the pairing mode, you have to hold the mute microphone button for 4 seconds. That can be a little confusing. And then there's some other features that you kind of have to double tap in order to use. So there's a little bit of complexity with the buttons. And then there's a little bit of complexity with the Epos Connect software in order to adjust the software that you're optimized for, or just some features on the headset, such as, you know, narrowband, wideband mode, those type of things. So just keep that in mind. So that's why it gets a level 8 rating, ease of use. There's a little bit of complexity, but still ultimately really easy to use, really easy to connect to the computer and pair up to your mobile phone. All right, now we are gonna test the wireless range on this headset. They rate it at 82 feet of wireless range. So let's really put that to the test. Now, before we kind of head out of the office here, make sure you hit that thumbs up button on this video, and also consider hitting that subscribe button if this video is of help to you, and share it with somebody that you think may benefit from it. All right, so let's get started on this wireless range test. Okay, we're gonna test the wireless range. So what I have music playing in the headset, so I'll know when the audio starts cutting in and out. And you can also hear my voice directly through this headset, so you'll be able to hear when it cuts out as well. So Jeff, grab the camera and let's head out. You can get to see behind the scenes here. All right. All right, so we're about 10 feet away from the computer that's inside of this glass room over here. So we still sound loud and clear, hear the music. Let's keep it going. We're at about 20 feet away, hear the music loud and clear. You should be hearing my voice loud and clear. Let's keep going. All right, we're at about the 30-foot range. Now, this is when headsets typically start cutting in and out, but let's see how much further we can go. All right, I'm starting to hear clipping in the audio quality, so we're getting near the furthest range here. This is about 40 feet away, so keep following me here. I'm going to keep talking until I can no longer hear the music. So testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. It's doing actually pretty good as far as the range goes. We're definitely at the max point, so you can no longer hear my voice, I'm sure. So this is about 40-foot rating, which is pretty good considering it's a Bluetooth wireless headset. All right, so we made it to about 30 to 40 feet of wireless range, which is very typical. Almost every Bluetooth wireless headset that I test makes it to that wireless range spot. So it performed very well, but overall rating gets to the 7. If you want even more wireless range, you're gonna have to go with a decked wireless headset. So on the Epos line, you got an SDW series. I can put a link up on the screen above here. That will be for review and comparison on the SDW that we've done. So check it out there. But ultimately you get 7 out of 10 on wireless range, just because Bluetooth has limitations on wireless range. Hopefully that'll change in the future, but at least for right now, you're gonna get about 30 to 40 feet in a practical use environment. All right, now battery life. Some of the other Epos models actually have a battery life of almost 40 hours, but the price point is a lot higher. So the battery life on these headsets is 27 hours of talk time. But again, this is an entry-level wireless headset on the Epos line. So 27 hours is double that of other brands. So the battery, especially if you're talking about the same class, is outstanding on this Epos headset. 27 hours of talk time. It's gonna get a 10 rating as far as battery life goes. All right, the category of price, these are both an entry-level wireless headset for the Epos line. It's kind of the lowest as far as price goes, and they've really packed in a lot of features into this headset. You have very good sounding audio quality for a headset of this type, of this class, and you have the noise canceling microphone, which of course we're gonna test in just a second here, put it up against the blender test to see how much noise canceling the headset does, which is always an important feature. But overall, it's priced very competitively in the market. MSRP price of $179 and $169 respectively. Of course, it's available for lower on our website, so check it out there. I'll put a link in the video description. We would greatly appreciate your support. Make sure you use coupon code YouTube. That gets you the lowest possible price on these headsets, so I think you're gonna enjoy that, and we would greatly appreciate the support. All right, so let's get to testing the microphone here. Overall, for the price, we give this a solid 8 out of 10 as far as price. You're not gonna be able to get much lower on the price point until you get something that's really not rated for business communication. So you're gonna get an 8 out of 10 for price on this headset. All right, so we are gonna test the microphone, put it up against office noise tests, blender tests, and give you a good variety of sounds so you can hear for yourself the quality of this headset. So we're gonna get started on that in just a second, but before we do that, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. All right, so now the voice is coming through this microphone here. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is what it sounds like with no background noise at all. Now I'm gonna switch to the camera mic here just so you can get a quick comparison between the camera mic and the headset mic. So now we're back on the Epos Adapt 260 here. This is going to be the same microphone as the 230. You want to try to position the microphone slightly away from the corner of your mouth here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to test some office ambient noise so that you can hear how well it cancels out the background noise. All right, so now we have office noises playing in the background. I'm going to switch it to the camera mic so you can hear how loud it is. It's about 75 decibels in here, so now back on the headset here. So this is what it sounds like, and I'll be quiet to see if you can pick up the background noise. All right, so it's about 75 decibels in here, and really you want to be able to hear my voice loud and clear and not any of that background, the office chatter, typing, that type of noises. See if this microphone clears that out. All right, so now we're going through the blender right now, and it's extremely loud, about a foot or two away from me right here. Now I'm going to switch to the camera mic here. So this is what it sounds like through the camera mic. It's probably very noisy. Now back to the headset with the noise canceling microphone here. And let me be quiet so you can see how loud it is in this room. All right, so it's about 80, 82 decibels that the blender's making. Obviously, this is an extreme example, but it gives you an idea of how much noise canceling and how well the noise canceling technology works on this headset. All right, so there's the microphone. I'm curious to get your input about the microphone. What did you think of the noise canceling and sound quality of the microphone on this headset? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. Would love to hear about what you think about. Now, overall, after I listened back to the audio quality of the microphone, I felt like the sound quality of the mic sounded really rich, had nice bass tone to the sound of the voice. So it sounded more, like a mic on the camera versus some other headsets. They sound more like tinny. They lack a little bit of depth on the voice. So I thought that sounded really good. And then the noise cancellation, I could hear the blender in the background and also the office ambient noise. It didn't distract from my voice on the playback, but it did, it was there, and it didn't cancel out that as much as I would like to have had. But I will say that the voice was consistent and clear, where there's other headsets that try to cancel out a lot of that background noise, but they also cancel out your voice, which loses a little bit of the audio quality experience when you're talking to a customer. So overall rating, I'm gonna give a 6.5 out of 10 for the microphone on this headset. Okay, so the overall score on this headset on all the categories is 73.5 points, which is very, very solid in almost every category. Considering this is a entry-level wireless headset, I think this is one that you're gonna want to consider just because you have ultra lightweight headset. It's gonna be comfortable for all day use. Has the leather ear cushions that fully kind of fold out like that, so it's going to be comfortable. And then of course the ear cups kind of rotate up and down, left and right. So you're going to find a fit that fits comfortable for you. Then I was impressed with the audio quality as far as the speakers. So if you're listening to a podcast, meeting, music, you're gonna have a good audio experience in total. So, and then the microphone, it performed considerably well. Obviously not the best out there, but the microphone, you're gonna sound professional, and it's gonna cancel out some of that background noise to help you have a fluid conversation. So I'm very impressed with what Epos has done with this headset, considering the price and also the overall quality, backed with a 2-year warranty. I'm sold on it. So 73.5 is a very good score. And again, these headsets are available on our website. I'll put a link in the video description below. Make sure you use coupon code YouTube. That's gonna get you the biggest discount possible. So that's coupon code YouTube when you check out. So definitely use that. Hey, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for stopping by today. I'm gonna be doing a review video of the other brands that are in the same category, that are in the entry-level space. So make sure you stay subscribed to our channel so you don't miss out on that. All right, and then I also did a video on the whole Epos Adapt series. That's before this model came out, as this model just came out on the market recently. But if you wanna know the other models, the Adapt 360, 560, and 660 that have active noise cancellation, have more noise cancellation, that type of thing, check out that video right here. I think you might enjoy that video. Other than that, that's all I got for you. Thanks for coming by today. We'll see you next time.